What is going on, guys? It is your boy King Nappy, and I just wanted to come on here and just trying to chat with you guys, and just let you guys know if you are a new content creator, if you are new to YouTube and you're making content and you just feel like it's taking forever, it's not moving the way that you want it to move. Be patient. You gotta be patient. Be consistent. With me, what made it difficult for me starting off was the fact that I didn't want to do a niche channel as much as I would like. I didn't want to as much. I wanted to, but I didn't want to. I've seen so many other channels where there is just one thing is just a niche channel, and that's all they do. But really, they had the desire to do something a little different, and not even in a sense of abandoning the first niche, but including. And I would always notice that they would run into so much trouble, and they would always have to do a disclaimer or make a separate channel and just give like this whole long drawn out speech about how they kind of fell out of love with whatever their audience originally liked about them. One of the examples is a channel called Berleezy. I'm a huge fan of his channel. He's a gamer, plays a lot of great games, excellent content, dope personality, very gravitational sort of a guy. And love his content. Me and my wife both watch a lot of his gaming content. And I think he had wanted to branch off. The gaming was what he originally wanted to do. But what he started off with was like roasting cartoons, doing like exposed videos on old like cartoons that we knew, like Rugrats and SpongeBob and um Hey Arnold and stuff like that. I think Hey Arnold was his first one. And he did a lot of exposed videos and stuff like that for cartoons and was roasting those. And they were hilarious. He was like going in and just really roasting them, and like he was so over the top, and it was cool. And I think people really just wanted that. And eventually you run out of cartoons. It's only a handful of cartoons that you're really watching to that degree that everybody can relate to, that everybody knows what it is and can have a good laugh out of a roast or an exposed video. It's only so many of those you can do before you have to start getting into like a lot of the weird, wacky cartoons of today's age. And you kind of just sort of lose interest because you don't know what the show is. Part of what made his stuff so funny was the fact that everybody knew what the show was. They had memories of watching the show. Some of the things that he would point out, other people were probably already thinking, and so that's what made it hilarious. People loved that about him. Once he wanted to change over and do more so gaming, it was a bit of a challenge. I know on his original channel, I want to say he has like 3 or 4 million followers. On his new channel, I think he may have gotten up to a mil, or he's close to it. But it was a struggle because people just weren't used to that. They wanted the exposed videos, and they still be asking for them. Um, and so he would have to do these videos just explaining to everybody like gaming is really what I wanted to get into. I just did this to, I knew this was some fun content and I knew it could build the following. And that's the tricky part. You know what I mean? You want to do things that's going to build your subscriber count quickly because you don't want to be at this for years and years and years to get minimal result. Me, I started my channel back in 2018, and it was a dead channel. I was posting recipes and all types of content, review content, but it was mainly Naps and Nurture was like the name Naps, which is my hair, and Nurture, which was like our recipes. We were vegan, so we had a lot of vegan recipe videos or vegan grocery hauls. So that was the basis of this channel. And so that's all I posted. I posted hair updates, retwists, braid outs, vegan restaurants, date nights for vegan restaurants, uh, grocery hauls. I did recipe videos, recipe live videos, nacho cheese video, how to make your own vegan meat videos. I did all sorts of content, and it seemed like it just really wasn't catching on as much as I wanted. It was so much that I had to do in order just to pull my videos to the thousands, so far as views. And yeah, let's take a look at it. Actually, I got a little analytics pulled up here. So this here is my channel. This is the analytics. These are lifetime analytics. My channel has just reached 5,000 watch time hours. But as you can see, that dead line, that line where there's nothing really happening, all of that was from 2018 till 2020, roughly around May or June 2020. And it was nothing happening. It wasn't until last year when I got into the fragrance community and I start to showcase my love for fragrance. I always love fragrance. I just never really went as overboard so far as so many purchases, but I've always loved fragrance. I always loved to smell good. And it wasn't until I got into that community that things began to pick up more. I think if I would have started off in that particular niche, in that genre, and solely did that, it would have picked up and done much better, quicker for me than it is now. But I love the fact that we have a channel that's still wide open. We can post and do whatever it is that we like to do. We can post anything from recipes to unboxings. I got things on my channel that has nothing to do with fragrance that has the most views. This right here, this microphone, I reviewed this microphone. That is my highest, my best performing video on my whole entire channel was a microphone review. I have a plethora of content on this channel. Anything from movie reviews, game reviews. We do, sometimes I do some reviews on some TV series that I may like. Restaurant reviews. We do date night videos. When me and my wife go out, we'll post some date night stuff. I got the Regal 30 podcast, this station on this channel as well, and I post videos to that nearly every week or every other week. What else do we have? We have grocery hauls, some skit and comedy skit videos. I just started doing the retro style sort of skits videos for fragrance reviews, where I do take more of a 1950s, 40s, maybe even 60s spin, or just a vintage spin on fragrance reviews. And I'll embed a review or a first impression within the skit and just make it just a little different, a little fresh. I believe the creativity on the channel is kind of kicking up a little bit more. And so I want to produce more original or just refreshing content. But it took a while to get here. You look at my first videos, we were terrible on camera. We didn't have the best aesthetics. We didn't have the best equipment. My first setup was humble. My first setup, right now my setup is really nice, but my first one was this old brown like table. It was like a coffee table, or it was weird. It was like this weird TV, like a brown TV stand, like a brown wooden TV stand. It was real old. I had my very old computer from like 2009 that I was trying to operate on, and some kind of way it was allowing me to stream sometimes. It would be some games that I played and it would actually play the game. We used to game a lot on this particular channel, and then my wife was just like, you know what, separate that. I like everything else, but I don't want you gaming on this channel. And at that time I gamed quite a bit. Now I could care less for really gaming like that. I try to keep up with the gaming channel, but I just don't have the heart for it. I just don't have the thought process toward playing video games like I used to. Um, but that was my first setup, man. We had like a little. This is the chair that I had from my first setup. Like, this is my first chair. I still got my gaming chair over there, but it's not really that comfortable, so I haven't really, I haven't really used it. And I've seen guys like use their gaming chairs like all the time. Those things are not comfortable, or at least the one that I got isn't. It's not. It's not as much quieter than this one, but like I still use my first chair. You know, I'm thinking about switching the wheels out so I can kind of move around a little quieter up here. But my first setup, man, it was humble. You know, I didn't have none of these cases in the background, none of these shelves. I didn't have none of the LED lights. Actually, I did get some lights, but I didn't know how to set them up. I had my camera facing me, and my back was like literally pressed against the wall, and the LED lights was right behind me. So it was super bright, and I had no supporting light in front of me. So it was just black me, and then a whole bunch of bright stuff behind me. I didn't know what I was doing, and just trying, you know. Um, it was a humble setup, man, but it was good times. But it took patience to build up our channel. And it's still a humble channel. We haven't really reached big times. We're only in the 1K. You know, I think we maybe about to hit 1,500 subscribers. It's a steady flow of subscribers that comes in, steady flow of views that come in, but it's, you know, it's still a humble, you know, it's still a humble beginning. And I just had to be patient with it, and figure out what works. Maybe around the way we'll get back into the vegan content, the recipe content, if you guys would like that. Let me know what you like, so we can produce more of that, and you guys could, you know, engage a little bit more in the channel. So far as the content, um, you'll definitely be seeing more of the vintage style reviews, vintage style, you know, like little, I guess, plays you can call it, a little monologues that I do. I'm getting ready to cook up one kind of like a detective, another detective one pretty soon. I really enjoy those, and it I could see my creativity kind of going and stirring up with those, and I always enjoy being creative. And so I was noticing in my content, I was just kind of sitting in front of the screen, barking off notes, barking off scent profiles, and you know, after a while, you start to realize like, all right, this I'm sounding the same. There's only so many descriptions of a fragrance that I can give that really sound different and not sound the same. So doing this kind of helps me break, you know, break out of that mode a little bit and just be a little more free, be a little more chill. Um, I started incorporating the spin wheel into my daily fragrance, you know, picking routine. And I love that. I love doing that. I love hitting a little spin wheel, and I put all my fragrances, all my summertime scents into this wheel, and it's probably like 170 some fragrances. I didn't realize I had that many summertime scents, and put all of them in there, and I just click the wheel, and it'll spin 20 seconds, then it'll slow down, stop, pick one, and that's what I'll put on. And it helps me wear a lot of the fragrances that I don't normally wear, but it's just different little creative avenues that help me uh to feel a lot better about the content that I'm putting out there, and not feel like everything is just the same. Something a little has a little bit of a clever vibe to it. But I said all that to say, if you're new to this, if you're just getting into this, be patient. Um, be consistent. Develop a schedule. Right now, the way I work to develop a schedule for the following week. So this week's set of videos is already produced and scheduled, ready to go. So whatever I'm working on for this week will be for the following week. So I always recommend have a week where you just kind of crunch and you're just loading up on content. Uh, you're loading up on content for that week, and then you're loading up on content for the next week to come, the following week. That way you will be ahead of the game. So each week, whatever you're working on is for the next week, and you'll find yourself ahead of the game. And depending on how you film and how you edit, you can really get ahead of the game a couple weeks, you know what I mean? And it makes things just a lot easier. So far as planning, brainstorming, contemplating what you need to do, freeing up time for yourself, you know, the creators fog, I guess you could say, you know, it helps out. Like I said, be patient. Pay attention to what's happening around you. You know, you don't have to necessarily scout people's channels all the time. I'm not a fan of that. I like, you know, do things organically on your own, and develop your own thing. There's nothing wrong with checking out somebody's channel and seeing what is working. seeing what is working and what is happening for them. But don't lean too heavy on that. I never like doing that. Um, I shortened. I never really had a long intro, but I did shorten my intro because I realized that even myself, when I'm watching videos, I didn't like the intro. I didn't like watching intros that much. And so if it was longer than 5 or 6 seconds, I'll probably try to skip ahead. So I just didn't care for it. So just a quick intro, boom, some sort of title, boom, done, video. Um, don't lollygag. That would be my word of advice too. Don't lollygag. If you got a content that's about, let's say I got some content that's about this hand cream, this body cream. Um, Introduce yourself. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, if you like the content, like, comment, share, subscribe, and get into the video. All right, so today we're talking about this particular body cream here. This is, in a 4-ounce jar. Has a nice little floral, aquatic beach sort of a smell. Super great for your hands, and get into the content. I see a lot of people where they'll just kind of like lollygag, and for some people it work. Take my advice with a grain of salt. For some people that may work out perfectly for them. I just never cared for the lollygagging. Get to the point, get to the point of the video. Um and try to make videos that you will be entertained by as well. If you watch your video, if you rewatch it and take a look at it and you're not entertained by it, chances are somebody else may not be entertained either. So try to make something that, if it's funny, see if you can see if you find yourself laughing at it. See if you actually find it funny, or how's your energy in the video? Did you do well? Did you really give off the right energy? I got a recent video of mine that I did not like the energy, but I put the video out there and I was just like, I'll leave it. And it's just a L that I have to chalk up if nobody likes it. But it's a lesson for me to learn for my next video. It's just like, bring the right energy. Don't be on there sleepy. If you're sleepy, take a nap. Don't get on here and start filming. If you're not in the right headspace, go take a walk. Don't start filming if you're not in the right space, because it's gonna show on camera. No matter how you try to hide it, it will show up on camera. Um, yeah, that's it, man. I ain't finna hold you guys too much longer. Like I said, one more time, this is the analytics. I mean, 2 years of just a dead channel. It was a dead channel. And then we finally start seeing some metrics come into place. And that was just within last year. Last year, May and June. So just keep at it, be consistent. And yeah, that's it, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.